subtract my age from the mileage. Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work.
Welcome to YellBRo. I'm Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about Elizabeth Warren. That's right. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. Click that link, read the story, then donate some money. Because we don't have free healthcare, and we should. So we have to help each other out. So please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery, GoFundMe link down there. Not at me, in the description box. Alright. So I'm starting to notice something. Ever since that Monmouth, wherever the fuck it is, poll came out, and it showed Biden further down, and it showed Warren and Bernie Sanders higher up in the polls, people are starting to talk more about Elizabeth Warren. And I think that's, I don't mind that. I like that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to go over some things I've heard. I'm not an expert, but we're going to go over things I've heard about Elizabeth Warren. Not anything major, just, people talking about her. And for the most part, this is all going to be negative. Most of it. I think the only positive thing you're going to get is actually from me, my personal opinion. But the rest of this, I'm going to read it as something bad for Elizabeth Warren. If you're a real person. If you're a shill, then you might love this stuff, but real people won't like this. So this is a recent tweet from Jordan Sheridan. Right here. Retweeted by John Cusack. CNN's Brooke whatever literally just brought on a no-name Democratic strategist. No offense to Danny Barefoot. Yep, that's literally his name, Danny Barefoot. To showcase his monumental Twitter endorsement of Elizabeth Warren. It is literally a free TV ad for Warren. This is the growing propaganda that's masquerading for news. And that's what's interesting about this, right? Some guy we've never heard of all of a sudden gets a CNN platform to talk about how much he loves Elizabeth Warren, how he's seeing the light now, He was I'm a moderate, but I'm starting to see the light of these progressives, and Elizabeth Warren, she's that. So, enough rambling from me. Let's actually play the video. Here we go.
For Democratic strategist Danny Barefoot, his months of flirting with multiple candidates is over. After placing several Democrats in his top spot, Barefoot has decided he is now all in for Senator Elizabeth Warren. Barefoot making his choice Twitter official.
Barefoot.
This is what he wrote. After a bunch of thought, I've decided I'm throwing my support, money, and time behind Elizabeth Warren. I told myself I'd keep an open mind before making a choice this cycle, and I did. So with me to explain his choice, Danny Barefoot, a Democratic media strategist. Danny, nice to meet you. Nice to have you on.
Nice to see you as well, Brooke.
All right, so we read the Twitter thread, and you said at one point you had Kamala Harris or Kirsten Gillibrand or Pete Buttigieg in your top spots. So what made you go in on Senator Warren?
Yeah, look, I'm from sort of the more moderate establishment wing of the party, and to be completely honest with you, Senator Warren wasn't in my sort of even top 3 spots at the start of this campaign, but I sort of went in with an open mind and watched the campaign unfold, and
Or you saw those other candidates start to tank. Kamala fucking tanked. Pete Buttigieg, what's your major policy proposal? What do you have that's better than everyone else? So I think those candidates are just floundering, and you're realizing they have no chance. Even Biden, I think Biden's fucking done for. They're going to have to really cheat someone to get him elected, or get him winning the primary. But anyways, for some reason, Elizabeth Warren, safe choice for this guy.
she's the only candidate bringing her A game, in my opinion. She's sort of checking off every box as far as I'm concerned. She's bringing the plans, bringing the proposals. She's also getting the politics right. She's going to areas like Kermit, West Virginia, and making the case direct.
What plans and proposals? I mean, what Bernie did with his Green New Deal, that's a massive proposal. And he already walked into this campaign with already a massive proposal, which is universal health care, right? With Medicare for all. That's already a massive proposal. And he adds on top of it with the Green New Deal, amongst other things, like canceling student debt completely. Elizabeth Warren's, I think, takes a half step. Bernie's like, all out, what is it, $1.6 trillion of debt, just wipe it off the books. And they all come across as, comprehensive. I don't know. It's almost like he has a website with all the policy laid out in detail of how he's going to pay for it, how it would be, laid out, what it's going to do. So, yeah.
Directly to Trump voters that we need big structural change. And, it's sort of interesting. A lot of the times the folks that are in sort of the more progressive wing of the party aren't serious about actually building the party. They sort of are attacking it. And I was really, really heartened to see Senator Warren, she's building up the party. She's meeting with party leaders. She's getting in.
You see, the party's supposed to bend towards the will of the people, Like that, they're supposed to be representing people. So when people want to knock down the Democratic Party, it's because they don't represent people. They represent whatever interests, is giving them the most money, I guess.
Energy, she's getting enthusiasm, and she's just the person that I have faith to take on Donald Trump next year.
But Danny, I'm going to get to electability in just a second, but quickly, was there one boom, aha, she's it moment, or was it a collective?
There wasn't. I sort of, like you mentioned, I flirted with all the candidates, and I sort of give myself a cooling off period. I'm like, all right, this is who I like this week. But, over the past 6 or 7 weeks, every week, Warren was kind of winning the week for me.
Yeah.
And for me, it's about hard work. I think a lot of the other candidates, frankly, are kind of running lazy campaigns.
Well,
all the other candidates are running lazy campaigns. That's incredible. Did I mention Bernie's Green New Deal? That's a massive thing. Well, I don't think Warren has anything resembling that as far as a plan that's that comprehensive and laid out all for you on his fucking website. And Tulsi's detail to foreign policy. Warren has nothing close to that, but those guys are lazy. The second round of debates where Elizabeth Warren was just piggybacking off of Bernie's policies, where he's defending the policy and she's saying, you know what? Why can't we do this? I'm just like him. I'm just like Bernie. We're the same. Just projecting that. She might actually believe that, which I'll get into later. But here's more negative things about Elizabeth Warren. I remember this tweet a while ago from Stef Zamorano, if I said her name right. Zamorano. There we go. Works on the Jimmy Dore show. I think they're actually married. Weird. But she tweeted this out a while ago. This is a must-read about presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren. Wins respect in unlikely place, Wall Street. And it's, I read through the article before. Goes over how, Wall Street guys are now like, hey, maybe we should give this thing a chance. And it happens to be Elizabeth Warren. It's very weird. I don't know. It's like the people that are supporting her. I think Neera Tanden as well. These are negatives, right? Now, if you had everyone's support, then it'd be like, oh, okay. But it's not quite balancing out that way, right? What people might call hardcore progressives are not in favor of Elizabeth Warren. It's almost like they're seeing the writing on the wall that she's not the same as Bernie Sanders. That's what's being projected by, mainstream media. Not mainstream media. I'd say independent mainstream media, TYT. They're the ones who are projecting Warren the same as Bernie Sanders, right? And the actual mainstream media, I guess they're projecting her as, oh, she can communicate to our side much better, to the establishment side much better. She can communicate with us. We can relate more. We can't do that with Bernie. He's radical. He's out of control. So yeah, I think most people would read what I've just went over as negatives. Support from Wall Street and banksters. Support from moderate establishment Democrats who want to see the old shit over and over again. I mean, as far as people supporting her, all she needs is like a Tim Pool. That's all that's left. She gets Tim Pool's endorsement. Holy shit. It's over. And then, yeah, TYT. Those guys who no one trusts anymore. People are unsubscribing and walking away or not watching their shit or not looking at them as credible. And people are pointing out their fucking who's paying them, who they're getting funded by. It's like when people start looking at who you get funded by, then that's when people are very suspicious of you. And from things I've seen, it's like rightfully so. I mean, I think Cenk Uygur picked Jay Inslee as the winner of the second debate, or winner of the second night of the second debate. I think it was the second night. Yeah. When, Tulsi wrecked Kamala Harris, he still picked Jay Inslee as the winner. Right? She was the most Google search person. Very weird. But here's another thing that I consider an endorsement as well. Check this out.
All right, the most dangerous 2020 candidate, billionaire investor, we were just talking about him, Peter Thiel, revealing which Democratic presidential hopeful worries him the most. Take a listen to this.
I'm most scared by Elizabeth Warren. I think she's the one who's actually talking about the economy, which is the only thing that I think matters by far the most. Yes. And then I think almost all the others are equally unimpressive in the sense that it's all identity politics.
Peter Thiel, man. The maybe a bankster type. What does it say in his fucking bio? Entrepreneur and venture capitalist. Co-founder of PayPal. Yeah, that's who he's most worried about. And from looking at that, that seems like an endorsement, right? Like she has a plan with actual policy, and it's these other guys that are just crazy. They just want to help, marginalized groups. They don't care about actual policy. Meanwhile, once again, Bernie has plans laid out for fucking days. Laid out, detailed, studied plans from economists and other politicians and intellectuals. But Warren's the one he's worried about. I think that's a fucking lie. I think that's a out the side of his fucking face endorsement of Elizabeth Warren over Bernie Sanders. I mean, let's be honest, they'd all probably rather have Joe Biden, but the writing's on the wall, so they need someone they can support openly that, other people might like as well, right? That normal people might like as well, so they can, have some sort of foot in the door for any type of future movements they might go for. And I think Elizabeth Warren is the one they would want. At this point, right now, after that poll came out, and it's starting to shift, and you see Bernie and Warren starting to take the 1 and 2 spot, they're going to shill for Warren, I believe. Or they are shilling for Warren. And yeah, you might get the same old shit again. Someone who will be passive and a pushover in all areas, Medicare or healthcare, the economy, whatever, military. It will be up to the generals. She will have no say, little to no say in it. She's not very controversial in that area. So yeah, these are the negatives of Elizabeth Warren. These are all negative things. The support and the faux anti-support, I guess. The fake support. How do you say it? The fake unsupport of Elizabeth Warren from Peter Thiel, Mr. Venture Capitalist. And I will now give you my positive for Elizabeth Warren. My positive, well, it'll be two things. First thing is reading the temperature of the country, right? If they view her the same as Bernie Sanders, because it's been sold to them that way, right? If you're a TYT fan, that's all you watch for news, you will think Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are the same caliber as far as what policies are going to come out if either one gets elected. If you're a TYT fan, you're probably going to get that notion, or maybe even like an MSNBC fan, or they're probably selling Warren as like she's, a rational Bernie Sanders or something like that. If that's the case, then I read it as a positive that people want change for the better. I like that. I want to see that. I like the intention. The logic may be off, but the intention might be there. And that's something that's positive. The other positive, I guess you can consider it a positive, is I don't think Elizabeth Warren is a shill herself. I don't think she's dishonest about what she wants to do. In a way, she plays politics, but I don't think she's like a full-on creeper. I think her intentions are she thinks her way will be better than whoever. I think. I hope. But yeah, I don't think she's a full-on, WikiLeaks is going to find some shit about her, that she has dead bodies in a closet somewhere. I don't think she's that type of Democrat. I don't think there will be a, Warren body count or any type of super corrupt shit like that. I think she's just a moderate who is playing the political game of coming off as progressive because she has the relative game of, see, there's Clinton and Obama, and I'm to the left of them, so I'm progressive. Meanwhile, Bernie's like, hey, over here. So I don't think she's a creeper. I guess that's a positive. All right. People view her policy equal to Bernie's. They see that, and they're supporting her. And I see that as a positive because they want to do better. And also, she might not be a creeper. That's my other positive. That's all. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you're getting. Just making shit up off the top of my head. Alright, that's it. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. Send me information. Send me information that proves to me that Elizabeth Warren is indeed a creeper. I would love to see that. I'm sure there's... I brought up WikiLeaks. I bet they have like 10,000 files on Elizabeth Warren. How creepy she is. I hope not, though. I hope she's legitimately a person trying to do good. Just a, normal, meek person that doesn't know any better. I hope. But yeah, send me that information if you got it. Donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link. down there, description box. Click that link, read the story, and donate some money. It's not for us, it's for someone else, for charity. So please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.